Hello everyone, welcome to your favorite CapCut channel Quantifiers. So today in our daily DILR series, we are going to discuss a very good set on arrangement type of questions. Not a specific seating arrangement, but yes, a sort of arrangements. Before we proceed, this is the overview of the courses we provide. Our new batch is going to start super soon. So if you wish to join us, you can join with the link given in the description. Okay. So let's see what the question is all about. It says that there are 7 friends, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. They park their cars in a straight line, one behind the other. U's car is always behind V. So if there is V here, U will be here. There can be a gap between them. There cannot be a gap between them. It is not mandatory that they should be together. Okay, it is just behind. So Q's car touches P and T. So P, Q, T, T, Q, P are two arrangements. And P car cannot be in the neighboring position. So basically we have to make an arrangement, and then there are questions based on these arrangements. So let's see what are the arrangements possible. He's saying that there are 7 friends, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. They park their cars in a straight line. U's car is always behind V. So V pehle aayega, U baad mein aayega. Okay, so it will be like this. Q's car touches P and T. So P, Q, P, P, Q, P. There are 2 possibilities. R parks his car just behind T. So R if parked just behind T, so this possibility goes out of the window. S car and P car cannot be in the neighboring position. So S and P cannot be together. And then there is nothing else. And consider all the cars are facing the west. So they are in the straight line facing the west. So all the cars are facing this direction, right? Okay. So let us, I just know 2-3 things that V will always come ahead of you. S cannot come with P. And there are 7 positions. So let us see what are the total number of arrangements possible. This is one thing we know. This is other thing we know. So there are how many positions? There are 7 positions. Okay, so first case first, let us place P, Q, T and R here. Let us see what are the possible cases. Now V is not here, so V, U, S or V, S, U or S, V, U. There are 3 possible cases in this form, right? Okay, let's now shift it to second place. Let's do it like this: P, Q, T, R. Now S cannot come here in any case. So V, S, U, V, U, S. Basically, these are the 2 things. These are the 2 cases here. Okay. Let's shuffle it one place further. P, Q, T, R. Okay. Now S cannot be here, but S can come here. In this case, V is here, U is here, or V and U can come here, and then our P, Q, T, R, and S. This is possible. So there's only one place left. Let us drag it further down. So P, Q, T, and R. Okay. So these are the 3 places. S cannot come here, but S can come in these 2 places. So V, S, U, or S, V, U, P, Q, T, R. These are the 4 cases here. So 3 to 5 to 7 to 9. There are total of 9 cases I have. Okay. Nothing else is possible because we have tested the 4 positions at all the possible possibilities. So let's see what is the first question all about. The cars can only leave from the western gate of the society, which opens at 3:15 p.m. So there is a gate here somewhere. So the cars have to go in this direction only. There is no other possibility. Okay. The first car leaves n minutes after the gate has opened, and each subsequent car leaves 2n minutes after its preceding car. Okay. So first of all, P will leave n minutes after the gate is opened, and then Q will leave 2n minutes after P is open. P has gone. Okay. where N corresponds to the alphabetical position of the name of the car that is about to leave. Okay, so basically, we have to find the alphabetical orders. So we know a term known as EJOT. Why is it used? To identify the number in which the a particular alphabet will appear in the sequence. So EJOT represents 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So this is the fifth letter, 10th, 15, 20, and 25. So if I have to think about P, what number P will get? P is getting 15. Okay. What number Q will get? Q will get OPQ 16, 17. T will get ST is 20. This is the first case. And I want that T should leave. T does not want to leave before 440. So T will leave at least at 441. And cars are leaving at 350. So let's think about this case. So 315 to 440. How much gap do we need? 1 hour and 25 minutes. So we need a gap of at least 85 minutes. Okay, हमें at least 85 minutes का gap चाहिए to fulfill our criteria. Let's see what is the gap in the first case. P will leave after 15 minutes. So P will leave after 15 minutes. Okay. Q will leave after 2n minutes. 2n minutes means after 34 minutes of this. 34 minutes. And then T will leave after 40 minutes. T will leave after 40 minutes. So this is simple as that. Nothing else. Okay. Now. Oh, sorry. P is 16. P is not 15. P is 16. So this is 16. So I'll just rectify it. Okay. And 40 minutes. So the total time consumed here is 16 and 34, 50 and 40, 90 minutes. The total time consumed is 90 minutes. We needed to produce a difference of at least 85 minutes, but here I am getting a difference of 90 minutes, which means my criteria is fulfilled. Also, if I observe that in this case, T is at third position, but in all the other cases, T is at fourth, fifth, sixth position, which means in all the other cases, criteria will automatically be fulfilled, right? So I'm not going there, not checking here, because I can see that there is no small alphabet here. Basically, it's no A, B, C's are here, so I don't need to check for them separately. And PQ are already ahead of it, so it will not make any difference. There are a total of 9 cases. So answer for first case would be 9. This is the required answer. So let's read the second question. Which car, if identified as one parked behind all the cars, would give the maximum number of arrangements? The question is trying to imply that I have told you one condition, that let's say U's car is behind a particular car, and still we are getting the maximum number of arrangements. So this will happen with what? So let's find out for U. So U is behind V. So let us see that हमें question में बता दिया गया है that U is behind V. If U is behind V, how many cases are there? First case, second case, and then third case, fourth case. So there are 4 cases arising if we are told that U is behind V. Okay, U is behind S are how many cases? U behind S are 1, 2, 3 cases. Okay. So still U is giving me 4 cases in this case and 3 cases in other, so I don't need to check for anything else. So U के case में हमारे पास 4 cases आ रहे हैं. Let's find for other. Let's say we talk about V. Then I am just putting up the position of V somewhere. In this I know there are 4 cases. If I talk about V, let's say V is behind so V is behind S. So if V is behind S, 2 cases. Cases. So there are 3 cases for V behind S, and then V is not behind V is not behind anything really. So there are 3 cases for this. There are 3 cases for here. Now let's find out for S, and let's see if there is any contradiction. So let's say if S is behind U. So if S is behind U, how many cases I can find? 1, So there are two cases. Two cases when S is behind you. Is there any other? No. Okay. If S is behind V, how many cases are there? Two cases. So not really. Even if we are told that U is behind our V, we are still getting the 4 cases. So this is maximum for any number. The required answer is 4. This used car. This is the answer. Let's look at the third question. Which data about a car and its position will not give a unique arrangement? Not. Okay. So let's say S cars is in second position. If S cars is in second position, it is only happening in one case, which means that this will give the unique position, but we need to find out which will not give us the unique. So this is not a reliable case. P's car is in third position. So if P's car is in third position, there are two cases, P's car in third position. So this is not giving us a unique arrangement. So this is the requirement. Okay. If V's car is the second last car, there is only one arrangement. So this is also giving us a unique arrangement. So only P's car is in third position. Let's see the last question. The cars are parked in such a way that only the extreme end cars can move without any other car moving. So P can move, S can move without any other car moving. In any possible arrangement, what is the difference between the cars that need to move for P to move his car that need to move for P's car? Okay. So what is the difference between the cars that need to move for P to move his car and to T to move his car? So P और T के cars के move होने का difference check करना है हमने कितना होगा. So let's see, this is P and this is T. In this case, P there is zero cars need to move in order to P to move. But for T there are two cars that need to move. That is P and Q. ठीक है. The difference between them is 2. हमसे पूछा गया है कि P की कार को मूव करने में और T की कार को मूव करने में जितनी कार्स मूव होंगी उनका डिफरेंस क्या हो सकता है. So it is 2 in this case. In all these cases it will remain 2 only because position is similar. Let's see about this. P का इस case में there is one car that needs to move, and for T there are 3 cars that need to move. So 2 again. Okay. Here also the arrangement is same. For P here, see, for P here 2 cars need to move, S and V. For T here 2 cars need to move, R and U. So difference here is 0. So difference can either be 2 or a 0, which is our D option. So this is the required answer in this case. I hope the set is clear to all of you. A very basic set. If we talk about the combinations involved, the optimum time to do this set should be around 8 to 10 minutes in the exam scenario. Okay. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, please do subscribe to our channel. And this is the results we produce in the first batch itself. So if you wish to join us, you can join with the link given in the description. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.